Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more petty revenge stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I told a family that stole my water bottle that I had an STI. Oh, yes, let them be scared. Context: I work at an amusement park during the summer holidays to make some extra cash on the side. My job role involves checking people's tickets, placing them onto the ride, checking some safety restraints, and watching over the ride course in case of an emergency happening. When I was checking safety restraints, I noticed that one of the customers had stolen my water bottle. The man stole my water bottle and passed it to his wife, who then gave it to the child daughter. I briefly noticed it happen out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what came over me. I guess I was just tired due to having to deal with countless tired, exhausted, and cranky guests, and I thought that the family needed to learn a lesson to not steal people's water bottles. I walked up to the man and I told him that he shouldn't have stolen it. He looked panicked and apologized, and asked if I wanted it back. I declined, and I said that for his information, I have mouth herpes, before showing him a mouth ulcer I had. Not from herpes, but accidentally biting my mouth while eating. He looked panicked and then told his wife, who broke down sobbing, and she called me an asshole. What? Or why are you blaming him for having mouth herpes when you're the one who stole the bottle? And even if someone didn't have anything, right? Why would you steal someone else's bottle to give to your kid? That's disgusting. Ew. Like, these people are disgusting. I don't want to eat at these people's homes, seriously. Ew. While telling my friends and family about this, they all seemed rather split. Some of my friends thought it was a really funny prank to pull, while a lot of others and my family think that while the family was in the wrong to steal my property in broad daylight, I shouldn't have given the family such a scare from mysterious disease. Nope, they should have. Because at least now the family's gonna learn the lesson, right? At least they won't do it. At least now they can prevent themselves from stealing someone else's bottle who actually does have mouth herpes. Okay? Like, that's a good thing that this person did. Teach them a lesson so they won't do it again. Like, we're caring about the kids' safety here, not about the parents. They can do whatever they want, but you're really bringing your kid into this. Alright, moving on. I let him cheat so I can watch him fail. This was years ago, but it still brings a smile to my face at times. Back in school, a handful of students, including myself, missed a major test due to extracurriculars. The teacher already arranged for us to take the test in the back room during regular class session. There was a guy, let's call him Eric, who was a typical F-boy who behaved like he was all that and a bag of chips. Rude, obnoxious, and didn't once talk to me, until that hour in the testing room. Back in school, I was mostly quiet. If resting bitch face was a thing back then, I would have been the poster child for it. I was known to be a bit nerdy, so it wasn't a surprise when he sat right next to me, chatting it up. He went on to tell me how I looked like I could be a Victoria's Secrets model, and I was one of the prettiest girls in school, and blah blah blah. He then asked if he could copy my answers. I smiled and said, sure, give me a few minutes and I'll show you my answer sheet. He grinned and twirled around in his seat, fidgeting with his pencil, making absolutely no effort in taking the test. I look up and whisper, done, hurry up and copy. With no hesitation, he hurriedly copies my work. I told him to walk away first so he wouldn't be suspicious. He did. As he was leaving, he did a weird salute and laughed at the other students still taking the exam. As soon as that door shut, I erased the answers I gave him and filled in the correct answers. I turned my work in shortly after. The teacher said she would take a week to grade them. During that week, Eric didn't say hi to me at all. When he did look in my direction, he would elbow to his friend to laugh at me. I couldn't wait until he got his results. The day finally came. The teacher handed us back our graded test, and the way he stood up shocked, shouting an F, and ran over to me to see my A+ grade. He definitely stopped laughing at me after that. Yo, that's crazy. That's so good. Wow. The fact that he copied her answers and then acted like he didn't know her afterwards, deserved it. Guy gets out of his car to attack me physically, quickly changes his mind. I'm driving home today on a side street. I'm tootling along going the speed limit when a guy suddenly pulls in front of me from a parking space at the curb. Slow enough and recklessly enough where I almost hit him. He had no turn signal on. He seems lost, so I slow way down. He then proceeds in front of me very, very slowly, blocking the flow of the traffic, weaving back and forth. He then starts to turn right, so I slow even more. Then he very abruptly veers in front of me, wildly to the left, cutting me off completely. So I slam on my brakes and honk my horn once to warn him. This idiot stops his car literally sideways in the middle of the street, blocking me, blocking traffic in both directions. He then rolls down his window, starts flipping me off and commences to scream at me. I just sit there in my car wondering if he's lost his mind. He then opens his car door, still screaming at me, still flipping me off, gets out of his car and starts to threaten me with beating me up. I'm a small woman. I calmly pick up my phone, do not roll down my window. My car doors are locked, and I simply and very obviously start recording him. He continues to march up to my car yelling at me. The minute he sees me recording him on my cell phone, he abruptly stops screaming. All at once he becomes as meek as a mouse. He then very politely and somewhat bizarrely attempts to explain himself. My window is still up. I'm still recording him. When I do not stop recording or put the phone down, do not react to him and do not say a word. He then turns on his heel, runs to his car and drives off in the opposite direction like a bat out of hell. You just know he's probably like an authority figure or something, right? Because he didn't want to go viral and he didn't want to get in trouble. If he was like a nobody, then he wouldn't care. But he was a somebody. Oh, girl, put that video up. Funny how the threat of making an asshole go viral, possibly lose his job and expose him to the world as the asshole that he is, possibly a drunk asshole, almost immediately altered what could have been a police report and an assault into a frightened rabbit turning tail and running away terrified. Not sure if this is revenge, but it is pretty petty all the way around. I'll be even more petty and I'll just post that. Let the internet find you. Don't you just love those videos who go viral of assholes, right? And then the internet finds them and they get fired the next day. Oh, consequences of your own actions. Don't want to sell me a bagel, but I went to a coffee shop with a friend about a year ago and I wasn't too hungry but wanted a quick bite. It was early and I don't eat too heavily in the morning, so when I approached the counter, I ordered my coffee and a bagel with cream cheese. The barista told me the bagel was on the kids' menu and therefore I couldn't order it. I asked for clarity and confirmed it was a regular size bagel and asked her, so you'd rather I not order anything? The other options on the menu were full breakfast meals, skillet, etc. than give you business because of a silly rule? She gave me a very snide yep, so I laughed and said okay and sat down. I explained to my friend what just transpired and she said, nah, I have an idea. She proceeds to put in a DoorDash order for one bagel to be picked up. We keep an eye on the counter and sure enough, I see the bagel ready to be picked up. I approach the counter and ever so kindly ask for my DoorDash order for a name. The same barista tosses the bagged bagel at me without saying a word and walks away. Very weird hill for them to die on, especially because bagels are such a common breakfast item, so it was odd to limit it to children. And I can understand wanting to sell the more expensive breakfast meals instead. But seriously, you're not gonna sell me a bagel for what? Wow. I mean, this is not really a revenge though, because they still gave them business. If I was petty, I wouldn't even give them anything, you know? I just order a bagel from someone else and come back with my bagel. See? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!